Hello everyone, Roberto here for another video review, a very special one. It's the Terry's Chocolate Orange White, or the White Chocolate Orange. I think it's probably a better way to describe it. Yeah, very excited about this, I'm very excited. So I've just reviewed the minis version, so this bag of sort of the same thing, but just these mini size segments, I guess. Just reviewed those. I'm not expecting this to be massively different, but you know, who knows, you never know. But yeah, so very excited about it, very excited. Yeah, wow, very excited indeed. Yes, so basically in the past, I think they did release this a long time ago, a few years back, essentially, as a sort of limited Christmas edition. So I don't know if this is limited as well. It doesn't look to be limited, it just, I don't know, but it possibly is around the winter time, Christmas time. You know, I don't know, but it doesn't hint at it being a Christmas release, other than the fact that it's a white chocolate thing, and that sometimes is something that they release around Christmas, you know, snowball versions of things and stuff like that. So yeah, so very interested really. Also the regular one is milk chocolate, obviously flavoured orange, and this is a white chocolate flavoured orange. It looks very nice indeed. So yes, I've done about 650 reviews now. So in this corner here there'll be a link to a playlist of all my other reviews. So if you do subscribe and like this one and watched it, of course, go check them out. It'd be great if you could. And I've got a playlist to other Terry's chocolates as well. So at some point during this video, and it'll be there available now, but it will flash up saying a link to the rest of Terry's products as well. So go check those out as well. And you should be able to see the regular chocolate orange and the dark chocolate one as well. Of course, I reviewed those, and the minis, of course. Yeah, so yeah, wow, and of course, yeah, oh, I almost forgotten, I've also got a Patreon and the YouTube member program as well going on. So yeah, in this corner there'll be a link to those, or in the description, or both. So yeah, go check those out as well. If you could support the channel that way, that'd be hugely appreciated, really would. And yeah, but either way, whatever you do, it's great. Thank you for watching. Okay, on to the review. Yeah, so there we go. So very excited, as I say. You do normally do a sort of milk chocolate version. That's the main one of these. There was a bit of controversy in the past where they sort of introduced this lip. And so I don't know if you can see there. You can see the way here. It's kind of like a lip underneath at the bottom of the segment. Basically, that didn't used to be there. It used to just be a sort of flat edge, and essentially this has reduced the weight by quite some distance, well, some amount. It used to be 174 gram orange, but now it's 147. They've, you know, conveniently swapped the the numbers round. So I don't know. It seems either a coincidence or very convenient, that, and one or the other. But yeah. But it's still quite substantial, these. It's still quite substantial. So I've got the actual official description. It's white chocolate flavoured with real orange oil. I always say with this, you know, how much is that mean? Is it one drop of orange oil, or is that all the flavouring? Is there more flavouring? It says it's got natural vanilla flavouring in it, and orange oil. There's not many ingredients actually. There's only sugar, cocoa butter, whole milk powder, whey powder from milk, emulsifier, soya lectins, I think. Natural vanilla flavour, orange oil. So there's not much. Make it taste nuts and wheat. So yeah, there's not many flavours actually. So it's not too bad, that, you know. So there's 147 grams, as I say, per 4 segments, 29.4 grams. That's to be pretty much half of it. Not half, sorry. That seems to be a fifth of the orange, basically, 4 segments. So I presume that means it's 20 segments. Yeah, so 162 calories, 9.1 grams of fat, 5.4 of which are saturates. Yeah, so there we go. Yeah, per 100 grams it's 550 calories, 31 grams of fat, 19 of which are saturates. So basically adding half of that again, so yeah, for the whole thing. But yeah, so, yeah, so for 4 segments. Yes, what do we say? 20 segments for the whole thing, we reckon. Or I reckon, don't I? So we'll see. Yeah, so we'll see if that's the case. No, it looks very nice, doesn't it? Yeah, it looks very nice. Definitely like all these images on it. I think it looks very property. It does have a sort of like strange, sort of, I don't know, bubbly, explosion-y fizziness around it for some reason. It makes it look a bit like a sort of like the orange on a, you know, kind of Tango or Fanta or something. But even so, that's very nice. Yeah, definitely. Definitely think it looks good. Okay, yeah, right. Well, I think we should give it an open. Yeah, let's do it. Let's give it an open. Let's go on. So I'm going to give this Terry's White Chocolate Orange an open. Yeah, I've got to say, it does say deliciously unsquare since 1932 on the side as well. So, yeah, an interesting one. Okay, and it's got a little open here, sort of shenanigan. So I think we should do it. Yeah, so it just kind of lifts up. I think it's glued, I think. So you kind of have to, yeah, rip it a bit slightly. So some glue splodges, you can see. Yeah, so it's kind of been splodged on there with a bit of glue, so there we go. But yeah, that's what it's against. So you take it out, it's got this plastic clamshell going on, or whatever you'd call it, some kind of container. And this is what you're left with. Yeah, so basically you did a product, well, sort of range of adverts. I don't know how long ago it was now, where they were saying you have to whack it basically. So the idea is because all the segments won't separate unless you give it a bit of a tap. Yeah, so you meant to sort of hit it on top. So you can see it's got this nice orange wrapper and this sort of orange, like blue topping there. So the regular colours are actually, yeah, this blue colour with this colour font. So that's what they normally look like, this blue. But obviously this white one is completely white. Yeah. So it looks very nice, doesn't it? You know, nice orange wrapper. It definitely looks nice. Yeah, it really does. So yeah, so I've got a handy rolling pin here. So yeah, you give it a bit of a tap. So you don't really have to whack it really hard actually. I think when I reviewed the milk chocolate one, I whacked it really hard a few times. You don't need to, you just need to give it a bit of a tap. You really don't need to whack it. And I think, yeah, because what they do is the segments are sort of joined together by a drip of chocolate either down from the bottom or from the top or something, and it just gives there's like a little column in the middle. I actually quite like it, and so in the Discord chat we have, someone was saying it's a bit horrible and a bit, what was the word, yeah, I can't think, congealed or something, but I don't think so. I quite like the sense of it, it's quite nice. So we'll give it a bit of a tap, so there we go, that's probably too hard. We'll give it a bit of tap at the bottom as well, just in case. And then, yeah, let's open it. So that should spread it out, so when you open it, hopefully, I'll open a bit, and there we go. So yeah, so you can see, not separated completely though, only some of them are separated away. You can see what you're up against, and there's this column in the middle, as I say, so kind of sort of tap it again maybe. But I think it's more the columns, yeah. If I take it out, you'll see this column of chocolate in the middle. You see that sort of centre, a bit like how you have in a real orange, I guess, really. But it uses the same concept, really, I guess, doesn't it? Art imitates life, or whatever, or chocolate does. Yeah, so there we go. But this is what you normally get. So these, one segment like this. So you can see it's got like an orange design, but it has that lip. You can see clearly there. There's like a sort of, you know, if you imagine this was this, rather than having this lip around the edge here, it was actually sort of a flat edge almost with the design on. That's what it used to be. So when it adds up, you know, it adds up to quite a lot of reduced product. There's a lovely smell coming from it, really is. And I originally thought when I reviewed the minis, you know, is that what they're called, minis? Yes. I thought it tasted a bit, it smelt a bit sort of fake, but it really doesn't. It really evokes orange for me. It's really nice smell. You know, coupled with the white chocolates as well. I think it just seems to work really nicely. So let's take them all out. So what did we say? We reckoned there was 20 segments, didn't I, at first? Let's see, there's 5 there. 5, there's 5, 10. 10. So here left over, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so, yeah. So, yes. There's 5 there, 5 here. So see, 5. 5. Yeah. And another 5 here, you can clearly see. 5 and 5 here. So yes, there are 20 segments. Yeah, so that's basically, yeah. So yeah, so there is 20 like I thought. So per 4 segments, yeah, which is this much. Yeah, it's 162 calories, 9.1 grams of fat, 5.4 which are saturates. Yeah, so it's about 40 calories, 40.5 calories I think per one of these. 4 12 16. Yeah, so 40.5 calories basically, and about 2.25 grams of fat, just over slightly. And about 1.35 of which are saturates. So there we go. Yeah, there we are. That's per segment. Yeah. So, so quite calorific, really, you'd say, but not too bad. Yeah, there we are. Let's give them a measure. So we'll do roughly on the edge. Well, the height. It's about 6 centimeters in height, pretty much. The width on the rind at the widest part is about just about a centimetre, and sort of like the radius or whatever you'd say is about 3 centimetres. Yes, there we go. Obviously there is a, as I say, you can clearly see that lip. I don't know if you can, well I can, I don't know if it's easy for you to see on the camera, but that lip there. As I say, it's flat on one side, there's no design on one side, which is a shame, but there is on the other. I'm sure they had a design in the past, so you wouldn't say, and they weren't flat before. Well, they were flat before, so it's not like you need that part to have the design. I don't think so. I don't know how they did it previously. Unless there just was no design, but I thought there was. If you look closely, you can see there is a sort of like a peel effect on the side as well. So I'll give you a few of them. It'll be easier to see now like that. Fingers crossed it's focusing in. Yeah, there we go. Right, so very excited, as I say. Looks very nice, and there is like that central pillar in there. I think that's nice, as I say. Someone in the chat was saying it was a bit, not perfect, but I quite like it. Yeah, I'll put a link in the description to the Discord community as well, Chocolo's Chockfest, so please come and join as well. We can have a chat about chocolate and all things lovely, so yeah, it'd be great to see you there. Yeah, righto. Might expire after a while, of course, but let me know if you want to join, and however you can get in touch, Twitter and all this, that and the other, Instagram as well. Right, well, I think we should get into these, give them a taste. Smells lovely. I'm expecting only good things, so let's do it. Let's give it a taste. Okay, let's give this Terry's White Chocolate Orange a taste, or Chocolate Orange White, however you want to say it. So yes, very excited for this. It's a nice, lovely segment. So thanks so much to Scotty for the tip off on this one, Andrew Winton as well for it as well, for of course letting me know about it. He loves. Ever since, I think I mentioned in the minis review, ever since I've started this channel, he's been talking about Terry's, and looking forward for their White Chocolate Orange to reappear, and it's finally happened, so fingers crossed he likes it. I'm sure he'll let me know. Yeah, so very excited myself about this. As I say, the Terry's have been taken over by another company. I think they're called Karen Bear or something like that, and I think it was really Mondelez had them before, and I think it's them now, and they're sort of rebranding them. Well, not rebranding them, but they're sort of really putting effort into them as well by releasing new products. There's a cranberry one, there's a biscuit one now, their chocolate bar version. They've done a bigger bar version of it. And of course, come back with this white chocolate one as well. So very excited for this, as I say. Yeah, it's very excited. So I've already, as I say, reviewed the minis version of this. I don't expect there to be a massive difference really, other than the appearance and the quantities. But yeah, let's give it a go. You can see it's slightly see-through because it's quite thin at the top. Make that out a bit more. Well, not see-through, but the light goes through a bit more at the top. Okay, let's give it a taste. Let's do it. Yeah. It's just so nice. It really is, honestly. It took me by surprise when I had the minis, but I'm expecting it now, and it really is so nice. I mean, the white chocolate is just perfect. It's perfect for the orange oil flavouring. It just tastes so fresh. It really does. It's yeah. It's absolutely delicious. It just tastes perfect. It's really, it's so white chocolatey. It just tastes more like an orange, I guess you'd say, than nicer as a medium for white chocolate for the orange oil than even the regular milk chocolate one. So it's to the point where it's staggering that they just haven't released this before, or it's not been a major release or a continuous release ever really. It's just so nice. Honestly, it's very nice. I mean, it's yeah, it's You could say that the only detriment probably is the fact that the white chocolate isn't quite so obvious, because it tastes so orangey. It smells lovely and orangey, and it tastes lovely and orangey. It really does taste. It doesn't taste like a real orange, of course, but it tastes so close and so fresh. There's such a nice, fresh, citrusy flavour into it. Honestly, it's far better than you'd think it would be. It really is. I mean, I think it'd just be quite relatively normal, but it's lovely. It's just so. I can't emphasise just how fresh and citrusy it tastes, how orangey it tastes, and how nice it is. As I say, you might not be a white chocolate fan, but I wouldn't let that put you off at all because it just tastes so orangey. As long as you like orange chocolate, of course, or oranges, you'll be fine. Because honestly, I think the only detriment you could say to this is that white chocolate fans might think it's not quite as white chocolatey as they'd hoped because it just tastes so orangey. Obviously there's white chocolate there, but yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, you know, I'm probably going to be repeating myself over the minis version, the review I did. Obviously that was my first experience of it, so my reaction there is sort of a total surprise really, and just bewilderment almost at how good it tastes. And so while it might be slightly lost because I was expecting it this time, you know, I'm no less staggered by just how nice it is, and honestly, it's so gorgeous. And it's starting to catch my fancy a bit like typical white chocolate does, but I can't hold that against it at all. It's just so tasty. You know, clearly just white chocolate all the way through, of course, so there's nothing to be seen, sort of like a dissection or whatever, but you can see there though the effect of the lip, you know, how thin it is compared to the edge, and if you imagine if that was just a straight wedge, how much more you'd be getting with each segment. But you know, it still is substantial. That is a negative, of course, but that's just the way it is, and I think Mondelez introduced that, and you know, Camembert, whoever, haven't reversed that. You know, so there is a, you know, a slight disappointment there, but I think yeah, you know, I think that's just the way it is, isn't it, these days? You know, they don't need to increase the size, the weightage of the orange anymore. People are kind of used to it now, and of course, you know, they, you know, need to make money off it or whatever. I guess maybe it just would be less practical these days. I don't know, but nevertheless, it still is a shame that it's smaller than it used to be. But they're still substantial. They really are, and you know, each segment is a real treat to have, and it feels like an orange segment as well. Even with the lip, it does give you that sort of feeling of orange, I think, and it perhaps does enable it to look a bit like a segment. But I don't know. I guess orange segments don't really have a lip though, do they? So yeah, it is a bit disappointing. I don't think it really adds to it. And you could say it's disappointing that there isn't a design on the other side as well. I don't know why that is. They are joined like that, but of course, you know, they're all separate segments and then stuck together, presumably. So yeah, as I say, as is evidenced by this chocolate drip down the middle to keep them together, which does actually, it is quite thematic because that's what oranges have as well. That sort of like skinny bit in the middle. Yeah, so very happy with these, very happy, love them so much. It's, as I say, my surprise, you know, has been was all done in the minis review really, but nonetheless, as I say, this is no less staggering. It's such an amazing feat. These are perfect, really. They really are. As I say, the only thing you might think maybe, oh, it's, you know, if you don't quite like the flavour, if you think it's not, if it's a bit too intense, a bit too orangey, or a bit too fake. But for me, it tastes spot on. Really, it tastes, you know, almost like an actual orange, to be honest with you. It's such a good medium the white chocolates have. It doesn't affect the white chocolate, the orange taste by making it taste sort of fake, if you ask me. It makes it taste better, more like an orange. It's magical, I think. Yeah, truly fantastic. Yeah, I can't recommend these enough. I think the minis might be slightly better just because the size, I think, lends itself a bit better. You can get a bit sort of sickly in the white chocolate way. These ones are a bit quicker. So I might prefer the minis over this one, really. But I think the presentation of these is really good. Looking like the orange that it does, you know. It's so nice. Yeah, it's a 5 out of 5 out question, I think. I don't want to labour the point of how good they are because I think you've got the message now. I'll just be repeating myself, but it's so good. I really recommend you get hold of these if you can. Morrison's are where I got them from. Might spread into other places, but they're selling out very quickly. There's only, you know, yeah, because it's very new to the market, of course. So I would definitely dash and get these as fast as you can, and the minis versions as well. Yeah, you won't be disappointed. If you're a white chocolate fan, as I say, the only detriment you might have is that they don't taste quite white chocolatey enough. But for me, that's purely because they taste, you know, more orangey, more intense orange, citrusy flavour that really works perfectly. And so I don't think, to me, that's a negative at all. But you know, if you're out there looking for white chocolate more than the orange flavour, you might be disappointed there. But for me, that's definitely not a negative. It tastes brilliant, really does. 5 out of 5 for sure. Oh, I love it. This will be finished off very quickly. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed that review. Subscribe to my videos, Instagram, Patreon, so go there and follow me there if you can. As I say, leave a comment or three. Yeah, and if you're in a position to do so, Patreon, if you can support me there, that'd be great. And also on YouTube as well, I have an equivalent going on with the membership program as well. You can look into that as well. Links will be in the description or in the corners or both. Not really sure what's the best way to do it, but one or the other will have them or both. Oh, thanks so much, guys. Lovely to have you here, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Take care. See you soon. Bye for now. See ya.